Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is An and today I'm going to show you a makeup look using the Jeffree Star palette. I also used it in my previous video and I really like this palette. So I'm starting with this light shade and I'm going to use this to highlight my eyebrow. The brush that I'm using is a MAC 242 brush and I'm just going to press this shade underneath the brow to get like the most eyeshadow on there. And then when I feel like there's most product, I'm going to sweep my brush back and forth to kind of blend it out. Now I'm going to use this light brown shade and I'm going to use this to warm up my crease. This is a darker shade that I would normally go in for like my first shade. So I'm going to slowly build it up. First I just applied a tiny amount on my brush to get more like a soft transition. And then to kind of make it darker, I'm going back in with more and more of that eyeshadow. But I really try to first go in with not too much of that eyeshadow and later on apply more. Because I feel like you can always go back in with more eyeshadow. But if you apply too much at the beginning, it's harder to blend it out. And it's just easier to go in with less, if that makes sense. But when I'm done with that, I'm going to use this darker shade. I'm going to use a tiny brush, which is the Morphe M506. I'm going to focus like straight in my crease. I want to create a smoky eye, as you have seen by the beginning of this video. And for that, I really like to go in with a light brown shade first. Then use a darker shade, then go in with an even darker shade. I kind of want like the transition to go from light to dark. And that's why I'm going in with this dark shade right now. So I'm going to softly try to blend it in with that light brown shade. But I felt like it was quite harsh, so I'm using that light brown shade again. Using that same brush and I'm just going around the edges just to make sure that it blends in a little bit more. So don't be afraid if you feel like the edges are a bit too harsh, too dark, you can always go back in with a lighter shade. Then I'm going to use this Sigma Wicked Gel Eyeliner, one of my favorite gel eyeliners to use as a base for my smoky eye. So I'm going to use this all over my eyelid and I'm using a MAC 242 brush, which is a flat eyeshadow apply brush, I guess. Not really sure how to describe it, but I'm using this like all over my eyelid. And this is just a really handy trick for if you want your smoky eye to be super black. I'm going to use some shimmery shades on the eyelid, but if you're going for a matte smoky eye, this is just really handy. Then I'm taking a theBalm Cosmetics palette because that one has like a very intense black eyeshadow. I will put all the names of the products in the description bar. And I'm going around the edges. Then I'm going to use this dark reddish shade and blending this around the edges as well. I'm sorry if you heard like a alarm at the background because there was like an ambulance passing my house. But I'm going to apply this around the edges as well because I felt like the transition was still quite harsh, and when that happens I always go back in with a lighter shade. Now I'm going to use this shade, which is more of a coral reddish shade, just because I wanted the eyeshadow look to be a little bit more different. I felt like it was just like a brown smoky eye, which is great, but I wanted to give it a different twist. So I'm using this in my crease as well, just to give it more of a reddish look, just to warm it up, if that makes sense. And I'm still using that same Morphe M506 brush, which is such an amazing brush. It's like a very tiny blending brush, and I feel like everyone needs to have it in their kit because it's just tiny and precise. Then I'm going to use the shade Blood Sugar using that MAC 242 brush, and I'm going to press this over my eyelid. I'm not going like all the way up. I still want a little bit of that black to be like that you can still see it. So I'm trying to focus like straight in the eyelid and keeping a little bit of that black like right above it. Then I'm going to use this golden shade and I'm going to use a tiny bit of this. Applying this on the eyelid as well, but trying to apply it a little bit lower. Then I used my finger. I felt like this gave more of a better color payoff. Sometimes brushes don't really do that. And yeah, you can just use your finger, of course. And then I went in with the MAC 242 brush, made my brush wet, and that gave a little bit more color payoff. Then I removed the eyeshadow guards, which you can get at Annytude.com. I will link them down in the description bar. I applied my eyeliner off camera, but I will do a new in-depth eyeliner tutorial really soon. And I'm using this longwear eye pencil from Sigma for in my waterline to make it black and smoky. Then I applied a little bit powder off camera, but I just wanted to let you know which one I used. The Makeup Forever Super Matte Loose Powder. Then I'm going in with some black eyeshadow, applying this underneath the lower lash line to make it more smoky. And as you can see, I have applied that powder underneath the eyes, so it will catch any fallout, and this way I can just wipe it away and I will not have like this eyeshadow ruin my foundation. So I'm using this reddish coral shade, which I used in my crease as well, trying to use this shade to smoke out that lower lash line. And I feel like this is such a pretty color and was really easy to use, easy to blend. I really like this Jeffree Star palette because it's so easy to use. Now I'm using this white shade, which I used underneath the brow at the beginning, applying a little bit more of that underneath the brow and the inner corner area to brighten it up. Then I used this Tarte Cosmetics eyelash curler, and I used a Tarte Cosmetics mascara as well, which I will link down in the description bar. It's the Lights Camera Lashes mascara. Then I applied my lashes off camera, which are the Annytude Fluffy eyelashes, and this is how it looks with the lashes on. But I'm going to show you a part of my face makeup as well. I did apply my foundation and concealer off camera. I used the L'Oreal foundation and the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape concealer. And then for my lips, I'm going to use this lip liner from Colourpop in the shade Bossy. And I'm going to use this to outline my lips. I'm going for a bold lip today, even though I feel like my eyes are already quite dramatic. But I have been using so many nude shades for my previous video, so I just wanted to use something different, to be honest. So I'm using this Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Mwah, which matches perfectly with this lip liner. It's just a really pretty red color with a sort of pinky undertone. And then for my bronzer, I'm going to use this Toofaced Chocolate bronzer. I believe they come in two versions, like a light one and a dark one, and this is the light version. And I'm using this big fluffy brush from Morphe for my forehead, and then this Anastasia Beverly Hills contour brush for my cheekbones. Also applied it a little bit underneath the jawline and on my ears, of course, because I don't want them to look white. Then I'm going to use this Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. I used it in my previous video as well, and it's just such a gorgeous highlighter. Especially this color, I really like it. This is my second highlighter. The previous one broke because I used so much, so with traveling it just broke. But I liked it so much that I wanted to have a new one. Then I'm going in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills blush trio. I'm using two pink shades. I mixed them together and I'm applying this on the apples of my cheeks. I wanted to go for a pink blush because I love pink blush and it kind of matches with the lips. Then to set my face, I'm using the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 setting spray. The smell of this product is really amazing. I love it. And then here you have the end result. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. This will be really helpful for my YouTube channel. Also, if you are subscribed, don't forget to hit that notification button because YouTube is kind of playing up and it doesn't show whenever I upload a new video. So if you want to be updated whenever I do upload a new video, don't forget to hit that notification button. So underneath my previous video, I received a lot of sweet messages. Also, a lot of people telling me they wanted to see more videos using the Blood Sugar palette from Jeffree Star. So that's why I did this video. So for my previous video, I did a cut crease. This is more of a smoky look. And for my next video, I was thinking about doing a more wearable, softer eye makeup look. Let me know in the comments if this is something you're interested in, because I know there are a lot of videos using this palette which are quite dramatic, because this palette just contains like a lot of vibrant shades. But I can imagine that you also want to see more like softer looks that you can wear to school or to work or whatever you want to wear it to. So let me know in the comments if that's something you are interested in. Of course, I would love to do them because I really like this palette. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!
Ready to give up, keep going, don't you stop.
Tell them holla at you, telling whole scene. Make some bite at you, put it